They say in Hollywood that working with children and animals are the hardest jobs. Well, the crew here at Oregon State's Lois Bates Acheson Veterinary Teaching Hospital works with animals every day. Big ones. We're here to see how they stay safe as they care for their furry patients.
Oh!
Also, I'm gonna do this. Oregonians are anything but ordinary. We're traveling the state to find the weird and wonderful jobs people do, and how they stay safe doing them. I'm Corey Jenkins, and this is Oregon Odd Jobs. Oregon State's Carlson College of Veterinary Medicine was started in 1979 and has since graduated almost 2,000 students from its program. Our first stop was to meet vet tech Dave and his dog Ivy, as they showed us a unique piece of equipment. Dave, Corey.
Corey, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you.
Tell us what we're looking at here.
What we've got here is an underwater treadmill. So this provides buoyancy for the animal who is lame or has some sort of inflammation. So the buoyancy causes them to be lighter, so they're less painful in there.
And what kind of animals can fit here in the underwater treadmill?
So mostly what we see in here are canines and felines. I've had a goat in here. I've had a mini horse.
As we started up the treadmill, Dave explained that the water comes from below so as not to spook an apprehensive animal, and that it's at 90 degrees to help with vasodilation, which improves blood flow and helps with quicker healing. The water was brought up to around shoulder level, which got rid of roughly 45% of Ivy's body weight, but walking through the water created 3 times the resistance of walking on dry land. The reason they use the treadmill for rehabilitation is to help the animal heal from knee, back, shoulder, or elbow injuries, as well as general exercise. You done? Workout complete?
She says I've done this for hours.
Old pro.
Yeah.
With that, we headed out to meet some of the college's larger creatures and the people that take care of them. Hi, Corey.
Hi, Garland. Nice
Okay,
to meet
Garland,
you.
what do you do here at the OSU Large Animal Hospital?
I am a veterinary technician in the large animal. I specify in the surgical department.
Okay, and how long have you been here?
16 years.
16 years.
Yes.
And what are we going to be doing today?
We are going to be doing a herd check on our resident camelid herd. So they are both alpacas and llamas. So we'll listen to heart, lung sounds, gut sounds, and then check mucous membranes and trim their feet.
And trim their feet.
And have to catch them.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah, great.
So you may be wondering, how does one go about catching a llama?
So in order to catch one, if we were to walk through it, they would just part. We want to try to be as calm as we possibly can. We don't want to stress out the animal.
Okay.
And so you kind of almost sweep them gently into a corner, and then you're going to gently kind of wrap your arm around their neck.
And so we went sweeping for llamas. This one's name is Mona Moore. Thankfully, she wasn't that hard to catch. As we led Mona Moore out of the stable, Garland gave me a good piece of advice.
So whenever you are assisting somebody to do exam, you always want to be on the same side of the animal as the person doing the exam.
Okay.
Because that way, if I do something that frightens or the animal at some point feels like it needs to get away from me, you are not on the other side that could get run over, right?
Yeah. As Garland began her exam on Mona Moore, checking for heart, lung, and gut sounds, she made sure to stay well away from the llama's hind legs, which can kick both to the back and the side. One of the harder parts was checking the mucous membranes.
So mucous membranes character gives how much, if she's dehydrated, how much she's drinking. Okay, so, and she is not gonna like this.
Yeah, because we gotta go in the mouth, right?
We do, yes.
Sorry, girl.
Yep. And there we go. And I can see her mucous membranes, and they look great, and they're pink.
Now that the hard part was done, it was time to trim Mona Moore's feet. Llama feet have 2 toes with claws and a pad. Like our nails, the claws occasionally need to be trimmed back. While Garland made it look easy, I didn't.
I think it's sharper towards the bottom of the blades.
Uh-oh, it's stuck. Okay, hold on.
Awesome.
That one, okay.
Yeah, and then all you're gonna do, you see how it still kind of comes over the pad on either side?
Uh-huh.
Yep, so you're just going to make them flush.
Oh. You can tell I'm not very good at this. And with that, the exam was over. So she seems to be in pretty good health?
Oh yeah, no, she's doing great. Yeah.
Happy llama?
Happy llama.
We didn't get spit on?
No, usually as long as you go quiet and you're not aggressive with them, then they are great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I thought we were done, but as they say, there's more than one alpaca in the pen. This is Smokin', the feisty one, and it was time to catch her. All right, just like before, nice sweeping motion. It's gonna be easy, right? Nope. Well, it may have taken 5 of us, but we got her. Now it was time to do the exam all over again. Thankfully, once caught, she was a very cooperative alpaca. You have a good one, Smokin'. Our final stop on the veterinary tour was to go meet a special cow named Clementine, who has a port on her side for extracting something called rumen juice. Okay, so what is rumen juice?
So rumen juice is going to be it's a microbiome environment in the rumen. It's used to access micronutrients that wouldn't be available to a lot of other animals like humans or other herbivores like horses. So as it ferments in there, it builds up juices, it comes into a little bit of polyfatty acids, and then it gets passed into the rest of the body to be absorbed. And just like we have gut flora, we're going to take that gut flora from her and put it in another animal to get that functioning and allow them to digest and start getting those micronutrients back into them.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's extract rumen juice. As we led her to her stall, Chris warned me about certain hazards, like her tail, her hind legs, and her head that she might swing around if she gets agitated. So here's how to extract rumen fluid with zero discomfort to Clementine. Step 1, remove the plug.
Just like that.
Nice. Woo! Step 2, react to the smell and the sight of half-digested feed. Oh!
And then there's the odor. So that lets us know that she's got a healthy microbiome in there.
Step 3, remove excess feed from the rumen chamber and toss it out of the way. Step 4, place a giant PVC pipe in the hole and put some tubing in there. Okay, it's at the end there. And step 5, siphon the fluid. Oh, just like that.
Just like that. So now we're getting a nice pull. We don't have to do any more suction. And we're getting some of the fluid extracted.
Wow.
And that's going to contain all those healthy gut bacteria and flora that we're going to want to put in another animal.
Step 6, put the plug back in. Sorry, Clementine, it's my first time. And listen to make sure it's sealed.
So if you don't hear any movement of
Don't hear
air,
anything.
perfect, and that's nice and seated in there, and she should be good to go.
Step 7, pour the rumen juice into a properly labeled thermos, where it's ready to help whatever goat, llama, or cow that needs it. Okay, so once you've taken the rumen fluid out, how do you get it into the next animal?
So what we'll do is use a very similar tube to that. What we do is we put the tube down their esophagus and into the rumen, hold it like a funnel up in the air, and it'll naturally, with gravity, feed back into the rumen, start that whole process over again of restarting their gut flora.
Excellent. Thank you. That was disgustingly awesome. Thanks for joining us today as we learned how the professionals stay safe while taking care of patients both small and large. Now I'm going home to take a shower, or 3. We'll see you next time on Oregon Odd Jobs. Gross.